Waker is a class that commands special pets called familiars to do battle, and is a stand-in for the PSO2 Classic class Summoner. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to play a Waker. The Waker's skills primarily focus on upgrading the abilities of their familiars, such as with Harmonizer Focus, which gives each familiar a focus gauge that fills by using their photon arts. When the focus gauges of familiars Fredrin and Wolfen are full, you can activate the skill Familiar Harmony to have them attack in unison. Wakers also have several skills based around HP recovery, such as Retro Friends Rescue, which has a chance of healing you automatically when your health drops below 30%, or Resta Effect Continuance, which reduces how much healing Resta Sign give you, but turns them into a heal over time effect. Waker has only one weapon type at its disposal, the Harmonizer. Similar to a conductor's baton, the Harmonizer is used to command your familiars to attack on your behalf. It has a basic ranged attack for its normal attack, with which you can use a lesser attack by tapping the attack button, or a stronger attack by holding it down. If you have the skill Treble Clef Marking, hitting an enemy several times will leave a mark on them. Marked enemies take more damage and are more easily downed. If you upgrade this skill with Treble Clef Ignition, holding down the attack button will cause the marks on each enemy to explode. Despite scaling off of your technique potency, the Harmonizer cannot be used to cast techniques. The Waker has 3 familiars at its disposal: a bird named Fredrin, a wolf named Wolfen, and a cute little monster named Marmelo. Let's look at each of them separately. Fredrin is your ranged attacker, capable of using the photon arts Fredrin Breath, which calls Fredrin to fire a series of projectiles in front of you. If the button is held down, Fredrin will lock on to several enemies or enemy parts until you release the button, where he will then fire at all enemies at once. He can also use the art Fredrin Riding, which allows you to jump on his back and ride him forward in a straight line until you either let go of the button or run out of PP, in which case you will dismount. Fredrin will rush the enemy and explode. Wolfen is primarily used to attack up close, using the photon arts Wolfen Demolition, which calls Wolfen to throw an elf bow at your target, followed by a ground slam. This art can be charged to deliver an additional AoE attack. You also have the option to use Wolfen Raid, which makes Wolfen charge forward and deliver an uppercut. If you hold the button down, Wolfen will also spin and punch your target. Marmelo has no photon arts of its own, and is instead tied to your weapon action as your counterattack. That's right, you use Marmelo to block. With the skill Marmelo Strike, Marmelo will grow in size with the first 2 attacks you properly block with it. You can then toss Marmelo at your target by holding down your weapon action, which will explode on impact, dealing lots of damage. If you upgrade this skill with Marmelo Strike Tracing, Marmelo will home in on targets when you throw it. If you have the active skill Hot Marmelo Parry, Marmelo will automatically defend you from any attack for a short time without interrupting your own attacks. In combat, your strategy is fairly simple. You want to attack your foes with both Wolfen and Fredrin in order to build up their focus gauges, then use Familiar Harmony to have them attack in unison. If you have the skill Harmonizer Focus Extra, you will be able to stock up to 3 full focus gauges of each familiar, allowing you to use Familiar Harmony more frequently. Additionally, if you have the skill Familiar Harmony Marking Clef, enemies hit by Familiar Harmony will be marked, and if you have the skill Familiar Harmony Marmelo Plus, Marmelo will join in the attack if its gauge is at least level 1. Since Waker only has one weapon type at its disposal, and all its abilities are very heavily focused on its familiars, there isn't really a need to multi-weapon for this class. There are 3 subclasses that work well with Waker. They are Fighter, Bouncer, and Slayer. The Fighter skills Defeat Advantage and Defeat PP Recovery let you deal more damage to enemies who are downed, and gain more PP from normal attacks against them. Bouncer makes it easier to inflict downs on enemies with Defeat Amplifier, and increases damage dealt to and reduces damage received from enemies who have had parts broken off with Partial Destroy Advantage. Slayer greatly increases your critical hit rate with Critical Up, increases it even further against bosses with Gallant Attack Critical Up, and allows you to regain PP when you land critical hits with Critical Hit PP Gain. That's all the information on Waker I have for you. Thank you for watching, and if this video helped you, please like the video and subscribe for more PSO2 content. I'll see you all next time.